On December 1st, 1955, in Montgomery, Alabama, Rosa Parks was a department store seamstress who boarded a crowded city bus after a long day of work. She was exhausted from work and sat down. When several white people got on the bus driver ordered her to get out of the seat so that the whites could sit down. Parks refused even when the bus driver repeated the command. The bus driver called the police. They arrived and arrested Parks for violating local segregation laws that separated the races and put blacks in an inferior position. She later said, "This seemed to have been the place for me to stop being pushed around and to find out what human rights I had, if any." Parks had not planned the protest that day, but she was a trained civil rights activist. She was the secretary of the Montgomery NAACP chapter and had attended civil rights workshops at the Highlander School in Tennessee. She had worked to end segregation and now started a boycott that would help ignite the civil rights movement. NAACP leader E.D. Nixon bailed Parks out of jail, and they worked with the Women's Political Council president, Joanne Robinson, organizing a one-day boycott of the city buses by the black people of Montgomery. Baptist ministers Martin Luther King Jr. and Ralph Abernathy supported the boycott. On December 5th, the black citizens boycotted the segregated buses and walked to work, carpooled, or rode in a cab. That night, the 26-year-old Dr. King presided over a mass rally of prayer, songs, and encouraging speeches at a church to bolster the courage of the community. "We are tired," King thundered, "tired of being segregated and humiliated, tired of being kicked about by the brutal feet of oppression." Drawing on the strength of common purpose, they decided to continue the boycott until the buses were integrated and justice achieved. They continued to carpool for days, weeks, and months. Many whites resisted the demands and reacted against the boycott. They formed the White Citizens Council, dedicated to preserving segregation. City officials indicted boycott leaders on conspiracy charges. The police harassed carpool drivers and jailed King for a minor traffic violation. Angry whites bombed King's home with his wife and daughter inside, but no one was hurt. Participants had the courage to persist and continued the boycott. They filed a lawsuit in federal court asserting that the segregated buses violated the Constitution. Eventually, a federal district court and the Supreme Court ruled that the segregated buses were unconstitutional. On the morning of December 21st, 1956, 13 months after the Montgomery bus boycott began, black residents rode the buses. They sat wherever they wanted. The Montgomery bus boycott helped spark the civil rights movement. Martin Luther King became a national civil rights leader. But it all began when a tired Rosa Parks wanted a seat on a bus. More importantly, she wanted equality, justice, and respect for her human dignity. She made a claim on the promises of the Declaration of Independence and a free society.